have been a videographer for years and years and years now, so I am very used to being in public with a camera. But most of the time, most of my career has been spent with me being behind the camera and not in front of it. And with doing YouTube and really stepping up my content creation game, the hardest thing about this so far has been filming in public. Filming when you know there are people watching. Everybody who's driving by here is like, what the heck is this girl doing? So I actually figured that this would be a fun challenge. This is video 1 of a new series that I'm doing of filming myself in different public places. So today I had to run a couple of errands, and I figured what better place to start this series than at the very own Target. So I'm gonna go in and get some items that I have on my list. This is part 1, filming myself in public places. Here we go. Before we get into the video, I just wanted to point out that I am going to show you my quick little montage of me filming myself at Target. Then I'm going to take you back through the video and kind of explain how I got my shots and give you some tips along the way. Obviously, I had to make a stop at the cereal aisle. Okay, I would say that was a pretty successful first episode of this Film Yourself series. I'd say Target was pretty good. I have some notes, and I'll explain. Wasn't that a fun little trip to Target? Okay, so tip number 1 is using a smaller camera or using a camera size that you are comfortable with. I shoot primarily on either my R5 or my R3, and even those were much bigger of a setup than I wanted to bring into Target with me, especially as I'm just starting this series of filming myself in public places. So I didn't want to walk into Target with this big rig or even a big tripod or anything like that. So all of these shots, with the exceptions of obviously some behind the scenes stuff that was taken on my phone, was taken on one of my favorite little cameras, the OSMO Pocket 3. This thing is seriously so perfect because it's tiny, it's subtle, and it stabilizes everything. It was definitely the perfect camera for this situation. Half the time, people don't even know that it's a camera, and even if they know what the thing is, they have no idea when you're filming or if you're filming at all. Like, look at this lady. She walked right by the thing and had zero clue that I was filming or that it was even there. So if filming in public kind of freaks you out, makes you uncomfortable, starting with a smaller camera is going to make a huge difference. Something like the OSMO Pocket 3 or your phone. Tip number 2 is bring a bag that's not a camera bag. I just brought this white kind of shoulder reusable bag that I have, and I just kept my accessories in there, whatever accessory I wasn't using at the time. Or if I wasn't even using my OSMO, I would just put it in there and no one notices. I brought along my 3 favorite accessories for the OSMO Pocket 3, and I will explain those as we go through the video. Tip number 3 is have fun with this. Have fun with your shots, have fun with your angles. I knew I was gonna be shopping, and so I wanted to make sure to get some fun angles of me like grabbing stuff off the shelf or putting things in my cart. For shots like these, I used my little OSMO magnetic mount. I love this thing because it literally can just snap on to anything. You put the OSMO in here, snap it together, and then this thing can mount onto anything. Or it also has this little, you know, the magnetic mount kind of folds down as a base. So that's what I would do for a majority of these shots that you see me putting things on the shelves or taking things off the shelves. It was mostly used with the OSMO in this little gadget. Tip number 4 is get a variety of shots. Like this shot, for example, of my feet just walking. I clamped it onto the lower part of the cart, and I was actually really glad that I got this shot because I used it as a filler in between all of the other shots that I got. Instead of going from a shot to me, of another shot of me, to another shot of me, it was nice to be able to use that footage as a filler. So this also ties into getting a variety of shots and getting a lot of different angles and having fun with those angles. For those types of shots, I used my clamp, which is one of my favorite little tools, but you can really just clamp it onto anything. It's not very big, so it still doesn't make the OSMO very noticeable. Tip number 5 when filming in public, pay attention to the time of day that you go. I went to Target a little after lunch, probably like 1 p.m.-ish. So it was a pretty quiet time around the store and a perfect time, in my opinion, to film yourself in public. 5 p.m. would be chaos, no thanks. Tip number 6 is go to quieter places. The grocery area was definitely the busiest area of the store, but like the area of the bedding, the storage containers, anything like that, nobody around. So if I did want to do a talking piece, I definitely would have went to that area of the store. Tip number 7 specifically has to do with the Osmo Pocket 3, and that is using the Mimo app. For this shot, I was in the grocery area, which was a little busier, and I wanted to make sure that I was in the shot, that my shot was lined up correctly. And so the Mimo app can be super helpful in these types of situations. You can hit record, you can change your settings, and you can control the entire camera from your phone. Another little tip is if you are in a busier area of the store and you are just patiently waiting for people to move so that you can get your shot. Patience. This is also a good test of someone's patience. You must be patient for people to move. Your shot isn't set up the way that you want it because there are people in the way. Just be patient. Look at this here. I'm sitting here in the cereal aisle contemplating like I already didn't know what I was going to pick. I knew. Tip number 8, and quite possibly the most important, when you are filming in public, you really just have to not give a fuck. Let them stare. Watch this gal. You know, whether she was actually bothered by what I was doing, maybe she was just confused. Realistically, she was probably like, what the fuck is this girl doing? What kind of influencer is she trying to be? I did not notice her until I got home and I looked at my footage because obviously she was behind me. But you really just have to let them stare. Let them stare, let them be curious. Sometimes people genuinely are just curious. You know, I've had people stop me before being like, what are you filming for? And you know, I explain, oh, like I create a lot of content for YouTube and things like that. I always say, I'm like, let them be curious, but also just try and be as respectful as you can. The more you film yourself in public, the more comfortable you're gonna be. So thank you so much for joining me on the first episode of this Filming Myself series. And on that note, leave a comment below if you have a request or a suggestion as far as what could be my next place filming myself in public. I hope those tips were helpful. Thank you so much again for being here, and I will see you in the next video.